Hey y'all, it's Kathleen Henderson from Yankee Homestead, and I wanted to share with you the essential oils that I keep in my purse. These oils go everywhere with me, and I keep them in a few different containers and pouches. I thought I would show you what I carry with me. So this first little pouch is actually designed to carry samples. You can get them from Aroma Tools. They come in all different colors and prints. They don't all say Aroma Tools either. I actually, you might be surprised at how much I can fit in this little pouch, but it's designed to carry 12 little sample size bottles. So here are mine, and you can see some Q-tips in the bottom there. And also it's spring right now as we speak. And so this is my Spring Survival Roller Blend. More about this in my other videos about spring survival with essential oils. It has lavender, lemon, and peppermint in a carrier oil. So I can actually fit this with a few Q-tips in this pouch and still zip it shut. So what I do with that Spring Survival Roller Blend is I roll it onto some Q-tips, and I have a video about this too. And I use lavender in that video, but since I already have my Spring Survival Roller Blend all mixed up and I take it with me for on-the-go purposes, I just use it as multitasking for my little trick with the Q-tips too. And basically, you can watch that video, but basically you put the oil on the Q-tips diluted, and then you kind of swipe it around inside each nostril, and it really helps with this time of year with all the irritations floating around in the air. So anyway, I fit all of that into this little pouch. But the other oils in this pouch, I do have lavender, lemon, and peppermint in here. These are just straight oils. They're not diluted. Those three oils are all three so multitasking. They can be used for so many different purposes. I also have Breathe, the Respiratory Blend. Helichrysum is my favorite first aid oil. It helps to reduce swelling. It helps with discomfort. It helps to stop bleeding. It helps the skin to recover. So pretty much any mishap or accidental injury that we incur while on the go, I have 3 boys. So like if we're at the playground or whatever and something happens with one of my guys, Helichrysum is probably the first oil that I will use on them because it's good for all of those purposes. I also have frankincense, which is my #1 favorite oil. If I were stranded on a desert island, frankincense would be the oil that I would want to have with me. It's good for so many things. It's good for mood. It's good for also for skin injuries and irritations. It's good for soreness, discomfort. I just love frankincense. It's also good for immune support. And then I have melaleuca. Melaleuca is good for allergies. Did I just say that? What I meant was seasonal concerns, seasonal irritations. We put a drop on the thumb and press it to the roof of the mouth. It has helped me out of so many of those acute moments of distress where my eyes might feel itchy and my mouth feels itchy and I'm just kind of struggling with springtime symptoms. Melaleuca on the roof of the mouth tastes terrible, but it really works. I have Balance in here because it's one of my favorite oils for just kind of, taking a chill pill, just relaxing. Did I mention that I have 3 boys? Wild Orange is another one of my favorites. I love to keep that handy to put in my water to flavor my drinking water. Make sure that you're drinking out of glass or stainless steel if you're going to put essential oils in your water bottle. Wild Orange is good for so many other things. It's good for digestive support. It's uplifting to the mood. It's energizing. It's great in the car on road trips. We use it that way often. It's great combined with peppermint for alertness, focus, energy. Digestin is another oil in my little pouch here. Obviously good for digestive support. Also good for the sinuses to help keep airways open. It's also good for ladies for that time of the month for abdominal discomfort that you might feel. And I have Purify. Purify is one of my favorite deodorizers, so it's good for like bathrooms. It's good for road trips. Again, I have 3 boys and a husband and dogs. And it's also good for bee stings. So that's why I like to carry Purify with me in case we run into any of those situations. Oh, and it's also good for seasonal irritations. We like to draw circles around our eyes for that my husband especially and my older son, it really helps them. Okay, and then in addition to my little pouch, I also have these two little keychain pouches that I keep hooked together. And I have more oils in these little pouches, and I wanted to show you. This is so cool. I am sort of addicted to these now. These are teeny tiny rollers. They're 2 milliliter rollers. I think they come in clear too, maybe even cobalt, but these are amber. And all of my little rollers are diluted. They're like mini touch rollers. So this is Rose. The way this works is this little stripey pouch is essentially my emotional aromatherapy on the go. So in this one, I have the 6 emotional aromatherapy blends, which are peace, console, cheer, forgive, passion, and motivate. And then I also have my very favorite emotional blend, which is balance. I love to use that in moments when I'm feeling kind of stressed. And Rose is amazing. I just love Rose, and I learned recently that it is very supportive to hormones, to balancing women's hormones. So I thought that was interesting. And I just love the way that it smells. It's great for the emotions, and it's just, it's one of my favorites. So you can include whatever are your favorite oils to use for moments of stress. And then in my purple, my other keychain case, I have a few oils that I like to keep on hand for a variety of purposes. This is a blend that I like to call the flu shot, but it's for immune support. It has 5 essential oils in it in a carrier oil, and I have a separate video all about the immune support roller blend. I like to keep sandalwood in my little emergency stash here because when I use that with balance on my lower back, it is so helpful. So every once in a while I have some pretty uncomfortable lower back moments, and that's why I always like to make sure I have balance and sandalwood in my purse at all times in case that happens. And again, I have another separate video all about essential oils for the lower back and how I use those. And then I have Deep Blue, which is a fantastic first aid oil to have on hand. That's why I keep it in my purse. Again, with my 3 boys, when we're on the go, I have used it so many times for little mishaps. It really helps to alleviate soreness, and it helps to prevent bruising and swelling. And then I have peppermint, because we use this for a lot of things, for head tension, for those springtime seasonal concerns. You know what is this one? I'm just checking. It is a roller, yep. And then these 3, again, I have a separate video all about how I like to use marjoram, frankincense, and wild orange for anxious moments, which for me are particularly triggered by like elevators and airplanes and tunnels and kind of travel situations where, so I'm a control freak, obviously, where I'm like out of control or I feel trapped. But whatever your trigger is, if you've never tried that combination, I highly recommend it. Frankincense, wild orange, and marjoram, I use them together. And then separately, they're great for a number of things. So I already mentioned wild orange. I carry it straight so I can put it into my water and things like that. And then I also carry it diluted in a roller so that we can roll it on. It is, as I mentioned, just awesome for energizing and uplifting the mood. And I already talked about frankincense. And then marjoram. I love marjoram. It is great for respiratory support. It's good for soreness and discomfort. It's also very calming and soothing. It's a good one for sleep, actually. But I just love the scent of it, and it's one of those oils that I use during my moments, my anxious moments. I did want to mention also that I carry, you know what, the reason why I have so many of these little pouches is that I was carrying full-sized roller bottles of a lot of them, and I just realized that my purse was getting so heavy. And so this pouch is looking a little empty because I took a bunch of my full-size roller bottles out and I turned them into those little mini rollers. But in this pouch, I carry a bottle of fractionated coconut oil because, as I mentioned, some of my oils are not diluted. And if anyone happens to get an oil in their eye or whatever, it's just good to have a carrier oil on hand to rub around the eye for that kind of a situation. Or if I need to dilute any of my oils that aren't already diluted, I just like to keep that on hand. And then I also carry Correct X because it's a great first aid item to have on hand. It's good for so many things having to do with skin recovery. It's also good in a pinch as chapstick. I love to use it around my nose when I have been using tissues a lot. It really helps to keep that skin healthy and free from some skin disruptions that I can sometimes get when my skin is very rough around my nose. I have more about that in another video, all about Correct X and other ways that I like to use it. And then I have my 3 favorite inhalers. These are DIY essential oil inhalers. One of them is Breathe, one of them is Peppermint, and my other one right now is that seasonal blend of lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Super helpful to just take that cap off and sniff both the Breathe and that seasonal inhaler at this time of the year to help keep airways open and to help keep all of this stuff under control as all of the pollen is floating around. So those are the oils that I keep in my purse. I'd love to hear what oils you carry with you on the go. And if you love getting quick, practical, essential oil tips like this for healthy living, I would love for you to subscribe to my Yankee Homestead YouTube channel. And happy oiling. I'll see you next time.